Okay, what is up, Storm Chasers? In this commentary today, we are going to have a discussion about Shanquilla Robinson. The full discussion is going to be tonight. This is just more of like some general commentary of like some shit I wanted to get off of my chest. I'm waiting for you guys to pull in here in just a sec. You guys should be pulling up as we speak. And I'm going to actually throw the link in here. I'm going to let you know if you want to come in and comment. Give a comment, you totally can. Let me pin the link. It just hit me. This whole situation of what went on with this young lady hit me, and I said, let me come and talk about this. Pin message. Okay, cool. All right, cool. The message is pinned. All right, I see people popping in as we speak. And so Shanquilla Robinson was a young lady who actually went on a trip with her friends. Supposed friends, I use that term loosely. We've all seen a video, or maybe we haven't seen a video where, she got beat to death. And that's the best way I can put it. She got set up and she got beat to death by people that she called her friends. Now, originally, the story was reported as, it was something with the carbon monoxide alarm. Then, it was alcohol poisoning. Then it was a whole bunch of things that really didn't make sense. Okay, they were in Cabo. They were, so the family had to deal with the Mexican consulate in order to get the body back. And it was a lot of issues on finding out what was going on. But the family was like, nah, she did drink plenty before when she was fine. Nah, this is not making sense. And of course, once the death certificate, once the autopsy was complete, given to the parents, she died via spinal cord injuries. And a lot more things. Yeah, I seen it said 5 people mentioned. Yeah, okay, cool. So it was a lot about it. Like I said, we're going to get in more details tonight, but this story had me thinking not only about myself, but just other people that I know. And actually, let me plug my mic in. Hold up. Okay, how does that sound now? How was that sound? Okay, it should be better. Okay, there we go. Now, this story had me thinking, like, in this world, if you are what people perceive to be a loner, if you prefer to stay to yourself or do your own thing, you're looked down upon, right? We see all the TikToks, all the Instagram reels about introvert this and introvert that, even though people are using all of these terms and they're not even using them correctly because they're such extremes. Okay, you got an introvert versus the extrovert, the alpha versus the beta. Like it's people are using them not correctly. Most of us fall somewhere on the spectrum, leaning towards one end or the other. But let me just go back to say this. As long as I live and as long as I'm on this motherfucking platform, I bet not ever hear no raggle mouth heifer or ninja ever say anything to me about staying to myself again, about not dealing with a lot of people, about not having so-called friends. That's what they think. Even though people, if you keep your business to yourself, people truly don't know what you do anyway. It's not that you're secretive, it's just called not your business. But don't you notice how when you by yourself and you stay to yourself, bad shit is not happening to you. But when you get around these people that so-called your friends, people use that friend word very loosely. The trouble in your life tends to come from other motherfuckers that's around you. You ain't self-sabotaging yourself. You ain't doing this shit to yourself. It be from other motherfuckers that you can let into your circle. People think they have so many friends. Oh, I got 1,000 friends on Facebook. Oh, I got this. I got that. Oh, hoes will throw. And by hoes, I mean just anybody. Will throw a party and, they can get, 30, 50, 100, 200, 300, 500 people to show up. You ain't got 20, 30, 40, 50, 300, and 500 friends. At the most, you have 5. And that is somebody that is highly blessed to have 5 real friends. Realistically, you got 1 or 2. Realistically, you got 1 or 2. That's it. Are they going to investigate? Of course. Now, mind you, it did happen overseas. It's going to be complicated. But everybody, the friend group that was, they know what happened. But it's going to be a mess. But anyway. Yeah, and Anna said, yeah, I only have 1 best friend. Yeah, exactly. And people popping up in the back and then they disappearing. I don't know what's happening, but I see y'all, but then you go away. So I'm not kicking you out. I don't know. But do you see what I'm saying? I remember when I was going through that stuff with old girl and Vaughn and just it's nothing against any of them individually, but I just remember going through all that and just hearing all this shit of, oh, he doesn't like people and something's wrong with him, and he's to himself, so he doesn't understand the streets, and he doesn't know this and he doesn't know that, and people will really talk down on you, but you know what? When I was by myself, I sure as hell protected my peace. Don't y'all notice when you by yourself, you sure as hell protect your peace? When you start letting other motherfuckers in, you don't know who really there for you. You don't know. Now, I understand in life is about people. You got to trust people. It's healthy to have relationships. You go through your ups and downs. I understand all that, but I'm just saying that to say we need to watch who we call a friend. We need to start vetting people differently. We need to start being honest about who a person is and the role that they play in your life. Give you an example. And the link is still open for whoever want to click it. Some people in life, it's just people you go party with. You don't go out of town with them. You just party with them at the club. You dance, you turk, then you go home. That's it. That's all they're good for. Some people, you just need to call when you need to whoop some ass. They like to tussle, but if you hang with them too much, you'll end up in jail too. So some friends you just call when you need to go jump somebody when you're ready to tussle. Then you got friends you can bring to work functions and family functions. Sounds like I'm describing more associates versus friends, but you get my point. And every now and then you get friends that are, you feel like you knew them in another lifetime, or you're closer to them than you are your own family. Every blue moon. And when you get those people, treat them right and hold on to them. But even when their season is up, you got to let them go too. That'd be painful, but you have to. So I'm just saying, know your role. I don't know the ins and outs of this lady's life, Shanquella. This young lady's life, may her soul rest in peace, but I don't know all the ins and outs of her life or this friend group. Obviously, there was jealousy. Obviously, nobody really fucked with her like that. And even when you look at groups of friends, there's always that one person that don't nobody really F with like that, but they still keep around. Usually to be the errand boy or the errand girl. I'm gonna give y'all a good example of that. You gotta hit the link. Yeah, you gotta hit the link, and then you gotta make sure you got a good connection. I don't. That's all I can do. Okay, finna pull her up. This is a good example. Good example of somebody. Share the screen. Chrome tab. Shekinah Joe. When Kanye was calling her the dude girl, you always around, but them hoes really don't mess with you. Kanye didn't have to say it the way she said it, but Kanye wasn't lying. She kind of sat there, hung up under Tiny all them years, did her hair for free many times. And just got used. Used because Tiny was lonely because T.I. wasn't coming home. He was, screwing better looking mixed chicks. Let's keep it real. Used for the TV show for entertainment because she's entertaining. But ain't nobody ever gave this girl her own show. Tiny was so-called her best friend for so many years. Why you didn't fight for this girl at VH1 to have her own show where she was starring in it, not running up behind you to give you some fucking personality so you can get some clicks and views? Shekinah is slow. Yes, Shekinah is slow. Shekinah born and raised here. It's no shade, but when you meet the real Atlanta, they act just like Shekinah. That's how they. Just saying. So she's a product of her environment, but that ain't the point. Then when the shit went down with T.I. and Tiny and that whole scandal, they dropped Shekinah like they had never knew her. 15, 20 years down the drain. Dropped her like yesterday's garbage. I'm just saying. And so that brings me to my next point. You can't always go off of, and this is just me ranting. And like I said, we'll have more structure tonight, but sometimes I just gotta talk. You can't always go off of how long you've known a motherfucker either. I've been knowing her for 15 years. I've been knowing her for 10 years, or we've been cool for whatever. You have to go off of how a person is treating you today. You have to go off of what they doing to you, how they treating you, how they talk about you, your energy when you come around them. Do you feel filled up when you come around them, or do you feel drained? Princess D said the real Atlanta acts like Shekinah and Portia. Yes. Just saying. We have to be honest about that. Not only their role in your life, your role in their life. Every time you come around, is it because they need some? Is it because they want to be seen? Do they just need some? And you gotta watch the energy vampires. That low key. Physically, it ain't the worst one, but mentally, these friends will really fuck you up because you'll really be thinking they're your friend and they not. The energy vampires. The ones that only want to call you to dump all their negativity, all their bullshit off on you and offer you nothing in return. These are the very same people that be so surprised when you're able to wake up and cut them off. Because there was never really no relationship anyway. That was just you dumping on me and me listening. Oh, you got to be careful with them. You got to be careful with those. It's a whole lot of those. These narcissism is at an all-time high too. It's bad. And they know you're gonna be nice enough to answer your phone. You're gonna be that. You're gonna give them that listening ear because you care. And they'll call you all day and all night. Keep you on the phone all day and all night. And you get nothing out of their relationship. And then they be surprised when you cut them off. We didn't have anything. I was your therapist that you didn't pay. If you want me to listen to you, you got to pay me. My therapist is $100 an hour. I think, yep, $100 an hour. I need my money. Now I listen to you. You pay me $100 an hour. I listen to you all day. Energy vampires. People that make everything about them. We're going to pull up another kind of friend. This is kind of energy vampire too, but this is, we're going to pull up another kind of friendship. Maybe we need a whole live stream just on friendships and breaking them down. Because you got to know what you're getting into. Here's another good example. Speaking of Atlanta, Portia and Shamia. By the way, congratulations to Shamia. I think her and her husband have a new baby on the way via surrogate. Yeah, via surrogate, I believe. Her and Portia supposedly been friends for the longest. But haven't y'all noticed that their friendship is predicated upon Portia being the star and Shamia playing the motherfucking background? It's all about Portia, Portia, Portia. And Shamia is always expected to be there for whatever Portia needs. But does Portia support Shamia the same way Shamia supports Portia? Absolutely not. I'm looking at y'all in the chat here. Y'all tell me if I'm crazy. Portia tried to treat Shamia the same way she treats Lauren. Absolutely. When it comes in, and Lauren's her half sister. But when it comes to Portia and Lauren is the brains behind Portia's empire, that weave company, the bookings, all that shit. Lauren helped Portia get herself out of debt. When Cordell threw Portia out, Portia didn't have shit. And Lauren was the brains behind her really growing her brand. Period. Does she really need Lauren around now every day? No. The shit didn't got off the ground. You can hire anybody to come in and run the systems that Lauren put in place. But that's all Lauren. And if you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, you know that. Did she support Lauren's dreams like that? No. Does Lauren have her own show on Bravo about her being a single mom and dating and her with the baby? Lauren is all into spirituality now. Why Portia ain't helping Lauren come out with no spirituality products? Not no crystal line, not no crystal necklaces, no nothing. I don't see it. Princess D said Portia don't like Shamia. They just knew each other for a long time, so they friends out of habit. And that's another issue too that a lot of people have. And I used to say it was just a woman thing. You know what I mean? But these dudes are so feminized now. Men do it too. Why hang around somebody that you really don't like that? A lot of y'all is getting into it with your so-called friends and having horrible blowouts, or y'all come to blows because it's a bitch that you never really liked in the first place. She just familiar. You work together. Your kids go to the same school. Whatever it is. But you really don't like the bitch like that. And when you find out and figure out that a bitch really don't like you like that, you got to get away from them. You got to cut them off. It don't have to be dramatic. You don't have to block them. You don't have to do that unless they can't respect your boundaries and you need to protect your peace. But you got to let that person know, you know what? I never knew you felt that way about me, so I'm going to just exit myself out of your life. I see you, Mel NYC. I'm going to pull you up in a minute. I'm just exit myself out of your life. Let me tell the story real quick. I took a trip out of the country. Doesn't matter when, and that ain't the point. But the point is, I took someone with me that I thought I was cool with, more than it turned out I really was. And no, it's not Jake for y'all. Go wrong with that. This ain't about Jake. But I took this person out of town, and we were having a good time, and one of the days on the trip, drinking all day, hanging out, they got into a little, not an altercation, I would say a heated conversation with someone else. And then before I know it, the anger was directed at me. I said, what did I do? What did I do? Right? But in that situation, and in many situations, there's times when, Mika said, love this topic. You speak in facts, bringing up trust issues amongst our people. I appreciate that. But at this time, you know, this person then was upset, mad at me, whatever. And they said some egregious shit to me. Now, I had been drinking, but I wasn't out of it. I heard clearly what they said, which I'll never repeat what they said. It was just so disrespectful. But my point was, in that moment, I had a choice. We out the country. I know now if I pop off, it's going to be a fight. Because for whatever reason, people feel like they can say whatever to me, but can't nobody handle my mouth. Oh, people be mad as hell when I start going off. So I said, you know what? It's not that I'm afraid to fight this person, is that we in a different country. And we've been drinking all day and we drunk. So we get into a fight. We could both go to jail in a foreign country. Maybe it don't even matter who get beat up, who win, who lose. Or they go to jail in this foreign country. I go home, and now they sending their family after me because I left them in a foreign country in jail. It was a lot. It was a lot at stake in that moment, and especially as a man, it's gonna be some times when you're gonna pick your life or you're gonna pick your manhood. You ain't gonna be able to be both. Sometimes you either gonna be a woman and you gonna whoop this whole ass, or you gonna have to just pick your life and your freedom and say, okay, bitch, you got that one off on me, but you won't have a chance to do it again. So yeah, they're testing you. Yeah, that was absolutely a test. That was absolutely a test, especially when you're dealing with men. And that's what I realized too. I understand now why Damon Dad says he don't even have no men around him like that. Can't trust him. He said, I keep women around me. His team, his marketing, his management, mostly women. Damon Dash don't keep men around him like that because everybody has to feel like the big dog. And it's very easy, especially because the male ego is so fragile. It's very easy for people to become jealous of you before they even realize it. And I low key be oblivious to the shit. I low key be oblivious to the shit. Cause I be looking at, I look at me every day. I don't think what I do or what I have is that big a deal. But to other motherfuckers, it is. I be looking at other motherfuckers like, oh, you got looks or you got body, you tall, you this, you that. Why you even tripping off me? But you never know what it is about you that a person is envious of. Sometimes you ain't gotta have that much. A bitch or a ninja would just be envious of your peace, of your freedom, the fact that you can come and go as you please. A lot of people can't do that. You got drive, you got work ethic, you got hustle. A lot of people don't have that. They would be jealous of that. Some people see the light inside of you, the God in you, be upsetting the devil in them. When that situation happened, I was just more disappointed than anything. Because I was like, wow. I was like, well, okay, cool. I gotta check that out. I was like, well, glad it didn't get too deep in that working relationship or whatever. And even after things cooled off, I did address it the next day. We had been drinking and the group was still together. Then the group still went out to I think it was like a bar/strip club later or whatever. So it was just not the time, but I'm glad I have control over my emotions to be able to put stuff to the side. Like, you know what? I'm going to leave that there and we'll address it later. And, and we did, but even then the shit just wasn't the same. I just never forgot what came out of that person's mouth. Cause I was like, oh, that's how you really feel about me. Oh, cause they say when people drink, that's when the truth come out. What's going on, Mel NRC?
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. No, I just want to call in real quick because I agree with you about Portia. I think that I didn't think about it, but I think that maybe Nene was right. Maybe one of those early seasons. You said you're not a good friend. I think that for me, she's likable, and I don't think she's a hateful woman, but I do think that she definitely sort of had a lot of one-sided friendships. I think even with Tanya, when she was on the show and she got totally dragged that season, she wasn't really there to support her when all her, house of cards was falling down around her. So yeah, I think that was a good point that Portia really is a woman who just, and maybe it's her mother who's to blame. Maybe her mother raised her to be, thinking that she was the best thing in the world, and that she
Well,
didn't really.
it's a couple things in that. Yes, her mother did raise her like that, because if you remember when they talked about coming up, they had a 1-bedroom at one point. The mama slept in the living room and gave Portia the master.
I'm telling you, listen. Yeah.
So she's always been put on this pedestal, number one. And number two, Portia is a little slow. It's not me trying to be funny, but there are people in this life, and I call them pre-target. It's a level before mental retardation. She's not that bad, but her elevator don't go all the way up to the top.
Well, I know that's right. Well, I mean, listen, I mean, you know what? I mean, she showed it on the show when she talked about the Underground Railroad. So that's true. I think that, yeah, I just think that she's not a good friend. And I think that's a really good point. And Shamia, I mean, what I know what Shamia's issue is, if she can sort of support this woman all these years and not, want better for herself, basically, So, yeah, that's just about it. But I'm also just calling to say I was surprised, very surprised to see a midday show, which I like. It's a pretty cool time or whatever. At first I said, is this a live show, or is it like, because sometimes you do a premiere of maybe a piece that you've done, an interview or something, and you don't know if it's live. I was like, wow, he live right now. Okay, so I'm liking the midday live.
I like the midday too, and then my UK people and my South African people, it's evening time for them, so they like this.
All right, listen, I'm gonna let you get back to your show. I'm sending good vibes as always, and I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Have a good one. All right.
All right.
Bye-bye. But yeah, she is slightly delayed. Somebody sent me some. Okay, let me see. Oh, it's my thumb. Oh, no, I don't like that. Ooh, I have to do something with that. Okay. Oh, we got another caller. What's going on, Capril? Oh, you're muted. Yeah, you're muted.
I'm so sorry.
How you doing?
I am good. So I just want to fix this to make sure.
Yeah, because your sound is kind of choppy. It's going in and out.
Is that better?
Yes. Yeah, go ahead.
There we go. How are you, Storm? I was just calling in to speak on this situation. I do actually live in Charlotte. I don't know of this female, but she was a very beautiful woman. And I heard that she ran successful businesses. So I'm wondering if it was some type of jealousy going on, or if it was some type. I just don't understand. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's usually when you go out of state with somebody, like, you kind of know them. You know what I'm saying? So for them to go there and then to beat her the way that she did, like, was these some friends that she just met? Like, was...
No, I think they had been knowing each other. I think they were just jealous of her. She was a big woman. She was successful. She was, I'm gonna have to meet you there. She was successful. She was attractive. And she, honestly, this is what happens when you hang with people that you are not equally yoked with.
Yes. And that is what I believe. That is what it is, Norm, basically, because nowadays, like you said earlier, somebody had mentioned it, but this social media thing, everybody's living through social media. Everybody's living for likes. Everybody's living for the popularity, this whole networking thing, these brunches, and it's, if you don't network, you're not going to elevate. But Storm, honestly, networking has brought me more drama than being in my home all day long and doing what I need to do for my business. You understand?
Yeah.
Like, I really don't feel like, now, don't get me wrong, networking can take you to a whole new level.
Oh, do me a favor. Try picking your phone up, because it's very staticky.
I do hear the static, but okay. Was that my phone? Because
yeah, it's going in and out. Let's try this. I'm gonna take you out by coming right back in. Okay, yeah, sometimes you have to do that. It's sounding like she underwater. I don't know why she let them beat her up like that. I think she was already intoxicated. I mean, hell, she was pretty much was naked. She ain't had no clothes on. But I think she was already intoxicated. I think they planned on jumping her or fighting her or something was brewing. It was some kind of confrontation that was brewing. I think they planned to fight. I don't think they planned to necessarily unalive her. But when you fight somebody, shit can go wrong and you can really hurt somebody. And what killed her was the damage to her spinal cord, hitting that girl dead in her neck. In the back, back in this area here, you get hit back here, you can kill somebody. Right, they might have drugged her too. They might have put something in her drink so she was disoriented, so she couldn't fight back. We don't know. How do you break someone's neck? When you hit them back here, that's why when people get jumped, they protect this. When people get jumped and there's just nothing they can do, or if they get trampled or they getting stomped, you're supposed to do this. And because you can pretty much take hits to your chest, your face, your ribs, even your lower back, your legs, your ass. You can pretty much take that. But this shit back here, you get hit in that shit. There's only so much. You're done. You're done. And if I was our family, every last one of them would have to come see me. Matter of fact, don't even do shit now. The block too hot. Follow them hoes. Wait 10 years. And one by one, them hoes will disappear. Yeah, your neck is fragile. And that's male or female. It don't matter, because a lot of times you'll look at men and you can hit a man in his chest, he can take that, his ribs and shit, he might, but you can take that to the face, you can take that area back. That's why even in boxing, you can't hit them in the back of the head, or you can't hit them when they turned around. Donisha said, no, I think they did take her out of town to unalive her. It's very possible. It ain't hard to snap a neck. It don't matter how big you are. What's going on, Q?
Hey, Storm, how are you? Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good. I just wanted to come on and comment about this situation with Shanquila Robinson.
Mm-hmm.
This situation got me feeling so unsettled. It is so sad what happened to that girl. And honestly, in my intuition, I feel like her friends, they offed her. Everybody trying to make it seem like it's something else, or it was the hotel. They kidnapping people and no, I think it was the friends. Especially after seeing that video. I have so many questions. It looked like when the one of the girls was fighting her, it looked like it was in the morning time, and she was naked. So I'm trying to figure out, was she sleeping? And they just came in her room and just was she sharing a room?
They might have got her fresh out the shower.
I don't know, man. This is crazy.
I don't know.
And then they all left her in Mexico. How you leave your friend in Mexico?
Hold on, can you hear me on your end?
Yeah.
Okay. My only thing is the way that girl was hitting her. She was hitting that girl like Shanquella fucked her man or something. That's the way she was beating that girl up.
And we were trying to figure out who was the girl that was fighting her.
It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. It's gonna come out. And I'm gonna continue to dig, and I want to talk to the family. Where is the family at?
Yeah, and then the mom, a mom has a different intuition, especially when it comes to her kids. You know what I'm saying? So it's the mom even said when they called her and told her that she died of, she off as a alcohol poison. Her mom was like, that didn't sound right to me. And then, what did they think? They didn't think that they was going to do like an autopsy. I don't understand.
They don't think. They don't think. They don't think. They just be blinded by jealousy, envy, and rage. And you cannot be around a motherfucker that's jealous of you. You just can't. You just can't. I'm sorry. I don't care who it is. Man. You gotta let him go.
some people be so pure hearted that they don't even think like that. So they don't even know that people around them is jealous of them or anything like that. I just feel sorry for the family, and I hope she get justice for her daughter. Now, my concern is that it was in Mexico. So
Mhm.
are they going to solve the case? Like, you know what I mean? So why did they wait to go to Mexico to do it?
You
They
know
did
what?
that to that girl within 24 hours. Come on now.
They might have did that because they might have thought, oh well, the American police can't investigate it because it's not their jurisdiction. The Mexican police is not really gonna care. I don't know. A police officer or an attorney to see. I don't know. I don't know.
So
Oh,
you think they calculated this?
right. They may have. Wait, they said the girl that fought her. Her name is Dejanay Jackson.
Okay, and Dejanay, she was the best friend's boyfriend. Like, it's just so much. Like, what is going on?
Wait, Dejanay like from the Proud Family?
Hmm.
I ain't heard that name since the Proud Family. Okay.
But I'm gonna let you go, Storm. I just want to give my opinion on that, and I just hope that girl get justice for her and her family.
Me too. Me too. Thank you for calling in. All right.
You're welcome, babe. Have a good day.
You too. Bye bye. Okay, this is the front. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. I'm just writing his name down. Friend who fought her. Dejanay Jackson. Okay, I'm gonna look that up. Okay, yeah, Vanessa, send me their info because I want to know exactly who that is. Because I already reached out to one of the so-called friends. I think his name is Khalil. I emailed that nigga. I want to know. What's going on, Miss Tanya?
Hey, I just had a question. So how did the video get leaked? So maybe that was one friend that was there that was scared but leaked the video so the truth could get out? I don't know.
I don't know. That I don't know how it got leaked. I'm glad I saw it though. I don't know how it got leaked though.
Yes, I'm glad I did too. So I don't know how many friends were there. So at least one person wanted her to get justice, you know? So I mean, even though they didn't stand up at the time, maybe they were afraid, but at least they leaked the video.
At least they did. And keep in mind, it was also another one of her friends who was coming the next day. So he came to the trip like 24 hours, but she had already been dead like 24 hours by the time he got there.
Wow.
Yes, sir. And they wouldn't let him go to her room because he was like, where is Shanquella at? And they was like, oh, she not feeling well. She's sleeping. She got too drunk. So they wouldn't even let him go to her. But they tried to say she was sick with coke. Some bullshit. I would have went to go check on my friend. Fuck that. Where her room at?
Right. So they was working on a cover-up story then, but
Yep.
this is it's unfortunate it shouldn't happen. But I'm just like you said, I'm glad this video has surfaced because nothing would have came of it then.
Nothing would have came. It's just so sad.
Yes. Well, that's all I wanted to say. Thank you, Storm.
Thank you. Have a good one. What's going on, Sparkle?
That is horrible, horrible, horrible. It's just too much going on. Yes, but justice for everybody. Just justice for everybody. I'm naked, so I don't want to get you down. But that's horrible.
Yeah.
Prayers to the Robinson family. It's so much. It's just so much hate and so much jealousy. And things are just, coming out from the caterpillar to the butterfly. But just gotta know who because your people that you think are your associates or your friends or your ride or dies be the main ones that set you up, look you in your face and set you up, not even behind your back.
Dan, I didn't kick you off, Sparkle. Did you? Okay, I'll bring you back up when you come back up. I didn't kick you off. I don't know what happened, but he's not lying. It's very true. Be the ones closest to you. I should have knew something was wrong when the bitch kept bringing up my degree. I should have known when another bitch kept talking about, but I know you don't like us stuff. I know you don't like what? I should have knew. Then you find out so much shit later. You just be like, what the what? What's going on, Cookie?
Hi, you can hear me?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing?
I'm good. So I just wanted to say Shanquella was probably the one in the group that they just tolerated, but no one really messed with her. And you can tell
Mm,
that girl been waiting to beat her up. And they probably just kept her around because she has a lot of clout. She's like popping. She's like, people know her, she's famous in her city. So they keep her around, but they don't really fuck with her like that. You can tell the way she was beating her up and how the guy was filming it. So I don't think she was a big part. I don't think she was like a part of the friend group that they cared about. That's why they beat her up like that and left her. And I also want to say, people keep saying why um, she didn't fight back. I feel like this might be controversial to say, but hood rats don't like it when other people aren't hood rats too, so they want to beat you up. She probably wasn't
mm.
fighting because she's not a fighter. And if like when you're like more of an introvert, or not just an introvert, you're not a fighter, you're not like a hood rat, and you're hanging out with those people, when you don't act like them, it irritates them. They be like, that bitch thinks she better than everybody, or she thinks she lit, or she think, so. And she wasn't fighting back, and they like, look at you, you don't even fight back. She's not a fighter. Maybe she's not a fighter, she's not a hood rat. But hood rats hate girls who are not hood rats. Like that's
That is
the thing.
fact. That is a fact.
Just because she might not be a fighter. That's all I was saying.
And you know what? That's a good damn point. And you know what else? We gotta start getting. People always say don't judge, but fuck that. Sometimes you gotta leave certain people behind. Sometimes you gotta be like, I got this going on, and you ain't got nothing going on. I can't hang with you. Like, and you just gotta be like that.
Right. So yeah, I just wanted to say that people should really look at that, because that's something I notice a lot. I don't know if other people notice it, like especially with Black women in groups. If you're quiet, or like you're not like ratchet, but those are your friends you're around, or you're not like loud all the time, they'd be like, she thinks she better than everybody. She even, and the girl probably didn't even say nothing, or she's bougie. And the girl probably just sitting there mind her business, and they want to fight you, or they want to argue with you, or they want to like fuck with you, or see if, and if they know you're not a fighter, they want to fight you even more. So that's kind of what I feel like the situation was with her. That's why she wasn't fighting back. She might not be a fighter. So yeah, and she's lit in her city as well. So they probably just keep her around just because of that. They seem like that's what I think happened. So that's all I wanted to say.
I appreciate that, Cookie. You have a good one. All right. It's a good point. What's going on, Nina Simone? Okay, she may be watching on the other end.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Oh, yep, I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
That's good. So basically, my whole thing is the Khalil guy. That's supposed to be his best. That was supposed to be her best friend, right?
Okay.
The one that was recording, right?
But he was recording it?
Yeah, the guy that was recording her getting beat up was supposed to have been her best friend, right?
No, I thought the one that was the best friend was the one that came the day after.
No, that was her boyfriend.
That was her boyfriend? Oh, okay.
Right. So that was her boyfriend, is the one who came the day after. The guy that was recording was her best friend. So my whole thing is, how are you her best friend if you're recording her getting beat up naked? That's the first thing. And then the boyfriend, he came the second day. He says that he did a live video and said that he went in the room and laid her on her side and was turned on some type of slow music and was rubbing her head, and he didn't notice that she had a bump on her head until a nurse came. So supposedly he called a nurse till a nurse came and noticed the bump that was on her head. So all of this is just absolutely just crazy. And on the live, he's not like crying. He doesn't seem like he's upset that his girlfriend got beat up. He's just basically trying to clear his name.
Oh my God.
You haven't seen that video?
I saw that video. It's a lot that goes with it. So yeah, I saw that video. I didn't realize that he was the boyfriend, not the best friend. But okay, yeah, this whole story don't make sense. I feel like they all in on it. That all this shit sounds crazy.
Yeah, and then people coming up with their conspiracies, thinking that maybe the boyfriend and the best friend had something going on, and so this could have maybe a reason the best friend set her up. All type of conspiracies, but something happened. I feel like the girls that came in and jumped her, I feel like they need to speak up, and we need to know why they were fighting her. I also feel like that they may have slipped something in a drink that they may have gave her, which may be a reason why she may have not been fighting back, because she seemed like she was out of it.
That's what people don't understand. If you out of it, you can't defend yourself. Then she was outnumbered.
Mm-hmm.
So she might have thought in that moment, if I just don't fight back, eventually the bitch will stop. But when you dealing with demons, they don't give a damn.
Yeah.
People are evil. Because you know what? If you really feel like that, why not fight her when y'all in the States? Why not pull up to her crib and fight her then on an even playing ground? But you got to get her out the country, get her drunk.
It was just all weird. Like,
it's just weird.
I would never hold a phone and record my best friend getting beat up like that.
Ever.
Like, what made you even? It was just all set up. But the question is why?
Why? Yes. There is always a motive. Why?
Within 24 hours of even being there. And why did the boyfriend come late? Like, it's just crazy. I pray that the family finds out exactly what happened to her. I pray that they get justice, whether they got to get street justice or not. Something needs to happen, because this situation is just horrible.
It really is.
And I know with all the YouTube bloggers and everybody that's on it, we're gonna find out what happened. One way or another. This ain't going away.
It ain't going away. We gonna find out. And I'll just say this before I let you go. It's just so unfortunate, because as a community, we already really don't have a lot of us that's doing something. Let's just keep this shit real.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have a lot that's really out here doing something. And they taking out the good people. They taking out the good motherfuckers. And then the good ones that don't fall victim to the shit don't deal with nobody.
Definitely. And myself, I'm a loner. I'll go out of town by myself. I'll go out to eat by myself. I'll go to the show. I don't need no friend. I don't need no whole bunch of people around me to make me feel good about myself. I feel better when I'm by myself. That's just me personally.
Me too. Or maybe one or two people that I'm cool, but that's it. But honestly, even with them, I can roll by myself and I'm cool. Let me tell you something. I know how to go around some people, be social, get what I need, and then I go about my business. Oh, you ain't going to the after party? No. Oh, we going here after? No. I remember, and if you got to go, Nina, that's fine, but I'm just telling the story.
No, I'm good. I
remember I had a best friend. I don't give a fuck if she sees this, because y'all know where I'm from now. Danielle from St. Louis. Had a best friend about, I want to say we was cool at that time, about 6-7 years. Real cool. Real cool. I came into town. When I tell you, she got an attitude because I didn't stay at her place. I stayed at my frat brother's place because I had a graduation to go to. Long story short, she lived in South City, St. Louis. We were supposed to hang out there. Waited at a bar for her all night till about 1:30, 2 in the morning. She stood me up. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going back to my bro's house. I'm not finna go nowhere else. She talking about come meet me at the Oz. Now that's in East St. Louis. Mm-hmm. The people that know. If not, that's fine. One thing I always learned when anybody trying to change plans, I'm not going. That ain't the original plan.
Right. Don't switch up plans on me in the middle. If we already got plans set, and then you switch up plans on me 5-10 minutes, or you know what I'm saying, before we get ready to go, no, suspicious. No. Y'all
And
go
left,
ahead. I'll find me something else. I'm gonna keep the plans that we had. Y'all go ahead and do those plans. I'm gonna go where I said I was going.
and left me hanging. So I really was feeling some kind of way. I left her ass alone after that. You know, my mom told me, she said, I feel like that was a setup. I said, you know what? You probably right. She said,
and especially if those friends don't have as much going on as you do, because people, you know, it's kind of cocky to say, "Oh, they jealous of me." Oh, no, but it ain't cocky. It's the truth. People are just don't like, and I'm gonna say, black people, our own people, we don't like to see each other do good. We don't like to see each other have more money than we have a better place than we have a better car than we have. Like, it's just, and why? And it's the industry and social media and everything that have us all against each other. But nobody can see that. And for that reason, it's just best to say to yourself, because
it is.
And keep a gun on you. Keep your gun card on you. Keep your carry the license on you, and keep some protection, because you never know. It could be your best friend. And I've had friends that was killed by their best friend sitting in the back seat of a car, shot in the head. You just don't know.
You truly just don't know. But it really do be happening just like that. That's why you gotta, I don't know. You just gotta be careful. But that's one thing that I always pay attention to. If we say we doing this, and that, I'm not changing up nothing. After a certain time, I'm going home. You got some of these motherfuckers act like they don't want to go home. My grandma always told me, ain't nothing open after 12 but legs and White Castles. That's it.
Exactly. You don't want to go home. Well, I'm gonna let you go. You know, you might have to get you an Uber Lyft. I'm leaving. Like, you're not gonna get me caught up in no crossfire and no accident. It wasn't supposed to be her. No, it's not gonna be me. I'm getting up out of here. When my instinct and my energy, when I feel any type of energy is off, I'm gone.
I'm gone. I'm gone. Pay attention to how you feel when you go around people. Pay attention to when you even hug a so-called friend, because people can make their face and their mouth say anything, but you can't really change your energy.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes you can hug a motherfucker, be like, something's off. Or you come into a room and you like, oh, they've been talking about me. See, y'all gotta get you gotta get your intuition in check. You gotta become one with it. You really have to.
Yeah, and don't hold it in. If you feel something, say it. A lot of people tell me, you just don't let nothing simmer. You just say, soon as you feel something, you say, yes, I do. Because I'm not holding nothing in. If I feel something off, I want to know what's going on. We good? We good?
We good? What's the issue?
I'm saying, let me know.
And see, even with me, I peep a lot of shit, but sometimes I be thinking, damn, am I tripping? Am I just being overly sensitive about something? But now, fuck it. If you think I'm tripping, you think I'm tripping. I just got to call it for what it is.
If you think I'm tripping because I asked you a question about something I'm feeling, we not friends anyway. Because if you feeling some type of way about a way I'm moving, I want to know.
That's true.
I'm not going to take offense to it unless I'm really on something. What's the word I'm looking for? If it's really something that I'm doing, like, I'm not going to take offense to you asking me a question unless it's true.
That's true. Oh, okay. Let me get this next caller. Thank you, Nina.
All right. Thanks. Have a good day.
Bye-bye. That'd be my thing. Like, damn, am I? No, I'm not. Let me tell you something. I remember, let me go and bring her up. She been waiting for a minute. Yeah, hold on one second, love. I'm finna tell them this other story real quick. I went out of town to go on a date. This was probably a year ago, a year and a half, I don't know. But I went out of town and went on a date because y'all know I fuck old ladies. Anyway, girl ain't number 36, talking about you. Anyway, and while I was there, some shit happened. No, this was 2 years ago. Some shit happened, and I ended up like changing my phone number like while I was out of town. Do you know that girl said, this ain't the number you called me from. I am not walking out of my apartment. You go, you better prove it's you some other kind of way. She made me prove 50 limb ways. Nah, it's me. I really did just change my number. I know that sounds crazy. No, for real. Like, she made me prove that shit before she walked out them doors. Cause you gotta keep yourself safe.
Mm-hmm. You really do.
But go ahead. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. I'm a little anxious because I got a story to tell with this one. Because I'm telling you, you have to follow your gut. You have to like listen to yourself. Because I had a situation when we were in high school. There was 3 of us. We were best friends, but one of our best friends, like, she was always like the type that would do anything for a nigga type. You know what I mean? So she was talking to this dude in our high school that basically told her, like, if you sleep with all my friends, I'll be your man. And she did, right? So then he went to another level. He said, because he really wanted me and my other best friend bad. So he told her, if you could get them to come to us, then like we'll rock with you. She couldn't get us because the first time she actually came to us and said, like, oh, he wanna, like, you know, talk to you, we're like, nah, not happening. You know what I mean? So a couple months later, she, like, it was around summertime. We just got out of school. She hit me up and was like, oh, you need to come over here, hang out with us, because, you know, you be boring. I really like to stay to myself. I stay to myself. Me and my best friend, we're still best friends to this day. We live together. Like, we really are loners, but we just like each other. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool. But
Okay.
the thing is like, she was just like, oh, you know, you'll be boring, I was like, all right, I'm gonna come, because she invited me and she invited this other girl that we were cool with. And I was like, I'll come, whatever. But something, I don't know. I get real bad anxiety and shaky. And once I get like that, I don't like to leave my house because I feel like something is not right. And even my mom was like, I told her, I was like, yeah, so-and-so asked me to come out. And I told her no at first, but she's just like, you know, and she said, no, ma'am. No, ma'am. She was like, I had a weird dream last night. And I'm Caribbean, so I'm Haitian and Dominican. So my mom was just like, I had a weird dream last night. You stay home. I was like, all right, cool. Next thing I know, maybe like 2 hours later, the other girl calls me screaming on the phone like, I hope you're not on your way over here. I hope you're not on your way over here. I'm like, what are you talking about? She was like, I came over to that house. As soon as I walked in the door, number one, it was dark. As soon as she walked in the door, one of the boys grabbed her thinking it was me. And then when she finally said something and then they turned on the light, they realized it wasn't her. They let her go and was like, oh, damn, I thought it was the cutie. Like, man, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And this other girl's getting ran in the back.
Damn.
Do you understand me? So to me, it's like, you set me up to get got by these dudes. You know what I mean? And I'm a whole lesbian. So for me, it's like, you know.
Set you up to get gang raped. And a lot of people don't understand that's actually how a lot of women do get R-worded. It be from other women setting them up.
Yeah, this is what, and that's why I'm saying, like, it's okay to not be too friendly. It's okay to just, you know what I'm saying? If you have that one friend that you trust, it's okay to have that one friend that you trust. Everybody else can be acquaintances. You don't have to let somebody get in your brain and be like, oh, girl, you're so boring. Like, you don't like to do nothing. That's exactly what they do. They'll tell you things like that so you could feel guilty. And the next thing you know, you put yourself in a situation where you could have lost, you know what I mean? I could have lost my whole self and my whole mind after that. And I'm really like, that's the one situation where in my heart I knew, like, okay, I did the right thing. Like, I wasn't wrong for feeling how I felt. And after that day, anytime I felt any way about anybody, I just really separated myself from them. And I was okay with that. But
and that was and that you got a good point too. So many times we get ourselves in trouble because we don't want to make somebody mad. We don't want to hear their mouth. We don't want to disappoint somebody.
Yeah.
Fuck it. If you mad, ho, be mad.
Right. And now we never talked again. I never talked to her again. And I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll see her on social media or whatever, but I never even said nothing. I feel like I didn't even know anything happened. Because at this point, I see you for who you are. You're willing to sacrifice people in your life that were friends with you since junior high school just because you wanted some guy's attention that you didn't even get. Because at the end of the day, he still threw you to the side because he never wanted you in the first place. Like, what man is gonna want you after you ran? He ran through you with all his friends. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. So
He was set up to put her on the corner.
yeah, it's like it was really, really weird. And that's why with this situation, honestly, it brought back this weird feeling. Like when the story came out, I was just like, I don't trust that guy friend of hers. Like something about that guy friend of hers, you know what I mean? Like, and even the girls in the group, it's like, I don't know. And she's naked and whatever. I'm like, how did she even get naked? Like, did she come out the shower and y'all just came at her? Like, what happened? And they need to make sure that she wasn't SA'd at some point while she was there.
Yes, that's what, and I don't know if that's common to do in an autopsy. That's what I need to know also. Was there any evidence of any sexual activity? And you got to test all holes, orally, vaginally, and anally. We need to know because that's a whole another layer. Because you know motherfuckers be on that shit. So
right, because what's to say that it wasn't a situation where he did something and then try to make the other girl, you don't know what is going on with them. And I think that's very weird that it just happened that way. But I think God, that guilt is burning one of them to the core, to the point where this came out, because you can't tell me that wasn't guilt that made this person drop that video.
Oh, it
because
was
I'm
guilt.
sure they sent, because he did, that was her best friend that filmed it. I'm sure he sent it to somebody. And whoever seen that video decided, no, I'm not about to hold this on my heart. This has nothing to do with me. I'm going to put this out there. And that girl that was doing that to her, and I never say things like this because I feel like your words are the most powerful things you can say. So I'm going to say this because I know my words are powerful. I hope when she gets her ass in jail, they beat the hell out of her.
I hope
the
they
way
do
she
too.
beat that girl, because that was not right. You ain't nobody's mama. Even nobody's mama should be beating them like that. And the fact that you did that and the girl wasn't even fighting you back. And I know you guys were just, Nina said, I'm sure she didn't fight back because there's a whole bunch of them. And if she fought back, she probably felt like they will all jump on her.
That's what I'm saying. People got to understand when you're dealing with, the girl was smart anyway. She had on a business, so you know she's smart. So she's probably thinking, if I really start fighting her back, now they all finna jump. She knew in that moment. She knew in that moment, I'm fucked.
Right, and she probably was praying that they just stop, and then later, maybe the girl drunk, maybe they just stop, and then later on it would be fixed or something. Because you know sometimes things like that happen with friends. I don't know because I don't deal with friends like that. But it's like that right there. There has to be some, and it's weird. And that jealousy is a really, really, really powerful demon. And people think it's not no big deal, but sometimes it starts off real little. And the fact that they're her college friends means y'all been jealous of her for a long time, and y'all just been waiting
for a long time. They've been jealous for a long time. That now I understand why when people get successful, they remove themselves from people that they've had. I understand why, because
they only align themselves with people that are actually successful themselves, because another person that's successful is not going to be jealous of what you have. And sometimes it's okay. This is why they say when you leave the hood, it's okay to not go back. You could help the hood, but you could help the hood from afar. You don't have to be in the hood to help them, because every person we've seen, especially of color, that has been out of that situation, growing themselves, being entrepreneurs, musicians, athletes, whatever. As soon as they actually step foot back in the hood and align themselves with those people, they're dead.
They're dead.
And it's okay. You have people like Kevin Hart. He's literally helping schools in Philly. He's not in Philly.
He ain't never moving back to Philly.
You know what I'm saying? But he does things to help them out on the low. You know what I mean? He does things to help the students in schools and stuff like that, but he's not there physically. It's okay. You don't have to, just because you came from a certain area doesn't mean you have to put yourself back in that moment because they're looking at you like, oh, you uppity now. Okay, yes, because my life upgraded. Sorry.
Yep.
But that's all I had to say, Storm.
Thank you. You have a good one, all right?
You too.
Bye-bye. Let me show y'all another example of how you got to be careful, because Motherfuckers really don't like you like that. I'm gonna show you guys this video real quick. I guess this live gonna be longer than I thought, but that's fine. All right. Hold up. Do you remember this video here?
What you say? What you say? What you say? What you say about my kids? What you say? What you say about my kids? No one housing in the court. Hey, no. Hey, what you say about my kids? What you say about my kids, bro? She can't see
Okay, I muted the video. So I know it's kind of hard to see, but that's Kevin Hart's trainer. I think his name is Ron. Anyway, that's his trainer. If y'all remember, Kevin Hart and his trainer had gotten into it on that plane. Remember that Netflix special a while back when they got into it, almost fought with his trainer, and Kevin was talking crazy to his trainer. And Kevin's ego really is out of control. I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna keep it real. Kevin Hart has lived life as a short nigga that didn't nobody pay attention to, and when he got some money, he cocky. I'm gonna keep it real. And he did disrespect his trainer on that plane. If y'all remember, he was talking crazy, almost got beat up. Okay, they supposedly made up, still working together. He said, "Oh, I'm fine. I'm sorry." Okay, cool. Now, I think this was last year too. They go on vacation. They get into it a little bit. Now, playfully, the trainer dunking his head under the water over something small, but almost drowns him. Got the grip of death around Kevin's neck. Now, do y'all think that was really about whatever the little argument was, whatever Kevin said? Or do you think that was really from all the disrespect that Kevin really been giving this man? How Kevin been talking crazy to this man? The trainer ego got the best of him, and if it wasn't for Eniko swimming her ass over there to say, "Please let my husband go," he would have killed him. He was dead serious. Do y'all know? Yeah, the women started screaming because he was trying to hurt her. Let me tell you something. He would never work for me again. He'd have been gone the same day. Motherfucker, you don't like me. You hate me. No, not the one Kevin left in the accident. Those are white people. But you get my point. People don't forget. And that's what y'all got to keep in mind too. Sometimes when a motherfucker say something or they cross the line, or sometimes if y'all get into it and it's a big blow up, you gotta let the relationship go. People gonna tell you you can't just throw people away. Yes, the fuck you can. Cause you think you get over some shit, but you don't really get over shit. That's underlying hate. All right, we're gonna move right along. What's going on, Taylor Picks?
Hello.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good, and yourself? I'm sorry, I was feeding my face, so I was watching you. I seen your video that you was doing on Blueface last night that brought me to this show. So you had mentioned that you was going to do a show on this young lady. I hadn't heard her story until you mentioned it. So I literally started YouTubing some footage of her and stuff and trying to figure out the situation. Came across the video that was released with the fight. Very chilling video. I mean, I literally cried. It sent chills through my body because the only thing I can think of is that these people, every single one of them, intentionally set this up before they even went on this trip with this young lady. There's no way impossible anybody can tell me anything different. From the way that she was beaten in that room, that lady, she deserves everything that comes to her. I hope
Yep.
her family gets justice for her, because that was just absolutely cruel. And I feel like that they did take her out of the country because they probably felt like if we take this young lady out of the country, and we do, I don't think they probably intentionally had it in their mind to take her life, but they definitely had a plan to beat the living crap out of her. And I felt like they did it there because they probably thought, okay, well, if we do it out of the country, we won't be charged with anything. We can absolutely walk away from this whole entire incident. And that's why I feel like you can't even call people your friends. I don't care how long you've known anybody. You can barely trust your own damn family members. Excuse my French.
Thank
But you
you.
can barely trust your own family members in this day of time, let alone some friends. And I've been listening to a lot of people that come up and say that, you know, regardless of, you know, people becoming a certain status in life, yes, that does make a lot of people envious of you and make you want to, you know, they want to hurt you just because of the status that you become. But I've come across people in my lifetime that's had more than I have, and have been jealous of me and want to see me hurt and fail, just because it's all about your aura. It's all about the person that you are in your heart and the way you treat people. So if they seem that people are just gravitating towards you, and you can have two pennies to rub together, not a damn thing, and people will be jealous of that. So my whole thing is, like I said, I don't care how long you've known somebody. You can't call nobody your friends, because like I said, you can barely trust family members. Just like I've never seen the video and never heard anything about the Kevin Hart incident that you just showed, but that's a prime example, like you said. Because what if that man would have taken Kevin Hart's life? Then he'd be facing murder. He intentionally had that planned in his head, what he was going to do when he got him away from his comfort zone. That's what evil people do. They take you away from your comfort zone and people that they feel like that would protect you to harm you. So I feel like at the end of the day, they set this all up from the beginning to harm this young lady, to take her away from her comfort zone, way away from her comfort zone, and people that they felt like that would protect her, to be able to harm her.
And I'm gonna say this too. You know, with men, it's a whole nother layer, like, because the male ego is so fragile. Women don't even understand. It's so fragile. Like, I thought women were sensitive. I dare say men are way more sensitive. Like, for real. And one thing about it, if you embarrass a dude in front of people or in front of the wrong person, you done for.
Yes, definitely. I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. And I just feel like I said, just not only you saying you've known people for, it don't matter how many years, like, people's hearts change, people's auras change. I mean, like, you can see a person be brought up in church and they turn out to be a whole killer over the, you know, when they become an adult. I mean, like, times are just crazy, and a lot of people are possessed by these evil spirits and things that are going on, and you just don't know what nobody is capable of. That's why you need to stay in your own circle by yourself, because
True.
I mean, and I know that's probably sounds very miserable and
well, go ahead, keep talking. I'll be right back. Keep talking.
and lonely, but at the same time, like, that's the only way a lot of people are going to be able to grow into the person that they want to grow into, is that you really have to ground yourself and be by yourself. You have to train your mind to understand that it's okay to be by yourself. I mean, sometimes you even have to, and it sounds horrible, I swear it does, but sometimes you even have to step back from your own kids to be able to ground yourself. And a lot of people are not understanding that right now.
Yeah, oh yeah, because your own kids will kill you for sure.
Exactly.
They sure will.
Yes. So, like I said, I ain't gonna keep you. I just wanted to express that, because like I said, I feel it deep down in my soul that a lot of people are very evil like this, and that's how I feel like they would be able to to hurt you the way they would really want to hurt you is to take you out of your comfort zone. And like I said, take you away from people that they feel like that would protect you and stand up for you. So just everybody just definitely, you know, you got to stay prayed up, got to watch your surroundings at all times. And like I said, it's okay to be by yourself. It truly is.
It truly is. Thank you, Taylor. Have a good one, all right?
You're so welcome. You stay blessed, sir.
Bye-bye. Quavo disrespected and also, okay, you mean Takeoff. Yeah, same thing, same with the situation with Takeoff. All those dudes around shooting dice, doing whatever, an argument break out, an argument over nothing. And this would be getting me. That's why I also tell women, I know a lot of times y'all be quick to call a nigga gay, this, that, and the third, but it's really the hood niggas that be low key. They be acting like they fucking each other low key on the low. Cause my thing is, if y'all all out shooting dice, y'all got all hoes around y'all. What is there to argue about? Pay attention to the hoes. Talk to the hoes. What is there to argue about when you got women around you that's down to fuck? Cause that's all them women there for. But y'all want to argue with each other? Is y'all fucking each other? I'm not saying they are, but like emotionally, it'd be weird. Be weird. They'll tell they bro they love them before they tell you.
That's true. Hey, Storm. What's up?
What's going on, Love Jones?
You are funny, but this definitely is not a laughing matter. Like, RIP to that young girl. I felt so sad to read that. I couldn't even watch the video because I was just disgusted. Like,
yeah,
like the caller before was saying, envy and jealousy is really, it could be deadly. Literally, people, and with women, it's like they love you so much that they hate you. Like, women have this love-hate relationship with women that they admire, you know? And my dad always told me, like, love and hate lives on the same spectrum. And if you are jealous or envious of somebody, that's because you admire something about them. Be more like that. Level yourself up. You know, everybody has 24 hours. What do you need to be that angry that you're going to invoke such violence and a vicious attack against someone? It's one thing to talk, people troll all day, but to physically assault someone, that's some deep-rooted, like, evil, self-loathing, you know, like, you really, really don't like yourself if you want to hurt somebody that bad. That's what I think. And at the end of the day, be more like that. You know, you think somebody looks pretty, figure out how she's doing her makeup, you know, ask her for some hair tips. You see somebody look good physically, work out. I mean, if you got a few $1,000s, you could, these days, I mean,
you can get anybody you want to have.
You can have a Roe Jones body. You can have some Roe Jones boobs. Like, but
you know what though, Love? Here's another thing people gotta understand too. Sometimes instead of looking at somebody else, you just gotta focus on your own lane.
That's true.
You may be. It's like me. If I'm jealous, okay, it would be illogical for me to be jealous of a nigga that's 6'5". And the attention that he get, the amount of access to women that he get, the amount of women that want to have this nigga baby just because he's 6'5". No, seriously, he be ugly as fuck. It don't matter.
Oh my God.
He's 6'5". The looks that women give him when he come in a room, he could be dumb. A lot of times they be air mattress mandingos. They be idiots. But he's 6'5". I can't even compare myself to his life because our life experience is going to be totally different.
That's true.
So, okay, great. I can look up to, but it ain't nothing I can do to be 6'5". But that's it. Those are the cards he's dealt in life, right? You got to deal with the cards you dealt. So, you know, comparison is the easiest way to just be fucking depressed and to hate yourself.
You are so right. And I just feel like if you're going to do it, be inspired. You know, like be inspired. Transmute that energy into inspiration. Like it's okay to look up to people and to admire people and to be like, wow, because this young lady, she had her own business, right? This is what I'm hearing. So, you know, wow, she has her own
No,
business.
he had multiple businesses. Multiple.
So maybe I could learn something from her. You know what I mean? She's charismatic online. She has personality. Maybe I could learn something from her, and like attracts like. So you should want to align yourself with those types of people because, you know, when God is in the neighborhood, he's knocking on everybody's door.
Period. What's for you is for you. Can't nobody take that. And I'm gonna say to the niggas that's watching, start liking women that like you. Y'all making all these videos, and we do. I ain't gonna tell y'all who, but we do have a guest from the other side of YouTube. They'll be here tomorrow, but
the red pill,
and not necessarily, but the other side of YouTube. Oh, I'm gonna shake some shit up tomorrow. Oh, it's gonna be some shit shooken up tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And me and him around the same age too, so it's not like I'm talking to an elder or something, but so many men, you know, they get online, women don't like me, women this, women that, black women this, black women that. You gotta go for what like you, homie. Maybe you're a little facially challenged. So you need to date somebody that's more in your range. Maybe you're not in shape. You date somebody that date what likes you. We always want what's not for us and then be mad to Anyway, I'm just saying, I'm rambling, but
no, you're right. And I'm gonna just add on to that. Don't try to make a person be what you like. Like you have to accept people for who they are and as they come. And that's a problem that a lot of us make. We feel like, well, if I just do this, or if I could just get this person to be like this, then it would be fine. Like, no, this is who this person is. And like you said, date in your tax bracket, date in your physical bracket. Date somebody that is okay. If you want a 50-50 a bitch out, date a 50-50 bitch. Don't be over here trying to get a bitch that want to be a stay-at-home mama and turn her into a 50-50. It just don't work.
It don't work because it ain't for you. I was watching something, and it was the daughter. She's an adult now, but she was talking about her parents. And her father wanted to be a teacher. Mm-hmm. He met her mom in college. Her mom said, I'm not marrying a teacher. I'm not living off a teacher's salary. I'm not working. This is why I gotta be very honest about what you want, be upfront. So she let him know straight up, if you become a teacher, we ain't gonna be together. He switched his major to law, became an attorney, and they got married and they had a family. Now, he ain't happy with his wife, but
maybe he's happy with his wife.
But he happy with his wife. So I just said that to say, but if he had said, nah, fuck that, I want to be a teacher. And if that's not good enough for you, then I'm not for you. So we got to start saying this friend group, I ain't lit enough. I'm too boring. I'm too short. How they do Regine? She was too dark and too fat to be part of that group. Cool. I ain't for you then. Yeah. And low key, a lot of y'all hate on Regine because you feel like a thick girl that's dark with nappy hair, let's call it what it is.
Storm, don't be saying that.
This is what they say though. This is how they look at it. Y'all feel like this girl ain't supposed to be happy. Y'all feel like she ain't supposed to have a good looking dude. How she get that? A lot of y'all got a lot of internal shit y'all need to work out.
And this projection.
Regine is free, but that friend group she was trying to hang around, she did look different than them because all of them are mixed.
Yeah, that's true.
So she stuck out. Now, it wasn't fair for them to treat her like that, but I'm just saying, you got to find your lane, your tribe. Oh, I ain't good enough to hang with y'all. Okay, cool, that's fine. I ain't finna beg.
It's true. I definitely had to cut people off. I don't be feeling safe. Like what the other girl was saying, I do have anxiety, but my intuition is my superpower, and I pay attention. The times that I went against my intuition, it bit me in the ass. So I always listen to myself, and I don't care about how nobody feels. But I had a homegirl. She was Jamaican, and she only dated white men. She was super, she had a string bean body. She dressed she wanted to be, I hate to say things like, oh, you dress white, you talk white, but you get what I'm saying. And she used to tell me that I was too ghetto. She used to be like, oh, why you wearing all this tight shit? Like, girl, you're just jealous. You're mad. Like, oh, why you gotta dress like this? And then we would start going out and she was wearing things that I would wear. But it looks stupid because since your body is not built for that, you are built for a flowy dress. I am not. My body type is different. Like, we different, and it doesn't matter what I wear, it's gonna shine. Like, it is what it is. And once she did that whole ghetto, like, you need to talk like this in front of people, and I was like, girl, are you not? Is your
So I'm not the friend for you. I'm just not the friend. I'm not the friend for you. But remember, no matter how you talk and what you wear, you still black.
And no matter what color pen you take, you still. And she was dark chocolate, like, you know, a beautiful, like one of those dark girls. And she just hated being. She told me she didn't want to have black kids because it's hard for black people. Like, it's just the mindset of a lot of people is sad. But you really do have to be mindful of who you be around and protect your energy, protect your vibe, because people are energy vampires, so much so that they will take you out of here. And I hope that girl gets justice. It's just so sad. Like,
it is. Blue Leaf just commented. She said, I'm a slim fit woman and my friend is thick and fine and we both pull. Exactly. You pull dudes that like you, she pull dudes that like her, and y'all not in competition. Because even though we all have our insecurities, you're secure enough in yourself to know if a dude want a thick girl, oh, you need to holler at my friend. You may have another dude that's like, I like him slim. Oh, well, okay. Here you go. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, some women listen, even with a group of dudes, you got the super handsome dude, you may have a super tall dude, you may have a funny dude, the dude with money. You don't know what's gonna attract a woman. You don't.
It's true. And people just need to work on themselves and building their own character. And like you said, finding your own lane and just leveling up the version of yourself so you don't have those issues, because happy bitches ain't hating and hating bitches ain't happy.
Man.
But I'm gonna let other people come up here because we can talk for hours and hours and hours.
I know they want me and you to do a show so bad.
We should. We are. It's in the ether already. It exists. It's just a matter of bringing it into fruition.
I got an idea for it. I'm gonna hit you up, love. I got an idea for it.
All right. Well, I'm around.
Okay. Take it easy.
Later, Storm. Spread love is the Brooklyn way, and love on yourselves, everybody. Love on yourselves, and trust your intuition. If it don't feel right, get the hell on. Bye.
Take it easy. Bye bye. She ain't lying though. What's going on, B?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. So it's just so much I was thinking and coming across. Like, I was thinking about the uncle who killed his nephew, not Quavo, the what's his name? His mom have like a restaurant.
Oh, you talking about Tim?
Yeah. So just all these type of people, how Taylor mentioned, it could be somebody in your family. It took me almost 10 years to realize my parents was like, they are not your friends. They are not your friends. And I didn't want to hear that, you know what I'm saying? Because we had fun together. But I came to realize 10 years later, as a full adult, like, these bitches do not like me. Like, they will sit and you, like how she mentioned before, they'll want you in their company because you have this certain vibe or you have this look, and that's what they were about. And I discovered that, and that's like a harsh reality, and it's almost scary because those people will try to kill you.
Yes.
They will really try to kill you. Not only that, I just experienced something with my father. My father invited me to this dinner he had, and I felt eerie about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm not fucking going. And I have a decent relationship with my dad, but my dad give me vibes sometimes like, nigga, you out to get me or something. You know what I'm saying? So listen, so he went to this event and he invited me, and I kind of brushed it off and didn't go. That same night at like 12 a.m., he called. He was like, they tried to kill me. And I'm like, who tried to kill you? He was like, just these people, their spirits, they not right, and this, that, and the third. But in my mind, in my spirit, the whole time I felt that towards me. Like that was meant for me. And he called me angry, but I'm like, what are you angry with me for? You know what I'm saying? But he was angry that I did not go. So it's so wicked out here, and it's so crazy that, yeah, you don't need to be around nobody. You can't trust nobody. And it's as close as your family members, parents, brothers, sisters. And if you feel that, you have to go on that. And I'm a stern believer in that. Like, you have to go on that because people are just being very wicked now. And it's deep rooted inside of them. And they can't hold it in but for so long, and it'll end up being your death. Like, a jealous person is going to try to kill you and destroy you. Just period.
Period. Thank you, B, for coming up.
All right, y'all take care.
Bye-bye. What's going on, Kiki?
Hey, Storm, I was waiting like, damn. Okay. I believe I was listening to you, and I'm 6'2", right? So I get a lot of looks and stares, and I went through the same thing with envious friends. And I'm looking at this girl, her story. I feel like it's a saying about, you don't want to go to Mexico because you know the jails and stuff like that. So I'm thinking like, if they took their friend out here to set them up, you know what I mean, and the police let them go, it just shows you how they feel about Black people, because usually when you go to jail do some shit like that, they quick to keep you there. They don't want you to leave. They want you to stay in their jails. And the Mexico jails ain't no joke. You feel me?
Right.
So that's why I'm like, it was like, like kind of iffy. But, like the other women were saying before, you gotta watch, you gotta be very discerning, and you gotta watch your circle. You know what I mean? I'm not a new model now. I'm gonna say this. I'm 6'2". I feel like I need to start hanging with taller women, because when I go out, I'm 6'2", I'm thick. I'm a beautiful, attractive girl. So when I hang around shorter women and I'm wearing my heels, they be like, "Why are you wearing heels? You tall as fuck anyway. Why are you wearing heels?" I'm like, "Well, okay, I want to wear heels. What that matter? What does that got to do with you?" That's how I love heels. So so I feel like now I lost a lot of friends because of that. Because when I go out, I'm turning heads all the time, and I'm just like, I have to surround myself with a different level of women. Because when I'm with shorter women, it just seems like I get these vibes like they hating on me, or they giving me a certain look. So I
Because
feel
you walk in a room and you legs and body, but literally you walk in a room and you're a head turner.
Yeah.
So they like, damn, we ain't got a chance.
Yeah. And it's everywhere. Sometimes women come up to me and just like, "Oh, you're so beautiful." I get all kind of attractions, And the friends that I did have, they'll be looking like, give me that stank look, So we end up, my friends that I was hanging with, we end up stop talking because of a guy, So
Always
it all happened because of a guy. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm whatever. Y'all bitches ain't no grown women shit. Excuse my language. So
true.
Miss Jones was saying, you got to hang around people with your caliber. And me now, I'm married and I have 3 kids, and a lot of people like, how you get married? You got 3 kids. Just don't worry about it. Worry about what you need to do. You know what I mean? It's like you said, some people need to worry about their own life. And if you are worried about it, why don't you ask instead of, going around saying little shit like, damn, why she got 3 kids and she married? And my husband loves me and he adores me. And I get a lot of people I feel like are jealous about our relationship as well too. So I keep
Hell yeah. You happy? You got a man that you wait a minute. You got a man that love you and y'all
yes.
kids.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I don't know if you looked outside. It's a shortage of that. And you tall, and they look at you like, oh damn, she got it all, but they don't know what you deal with personally. They don't know what you've been through.
Right.
They don't know. I
Right.
didn't let me tell y'all something. I literally had a bitch say to somebody else, oh, he got degrees. He ain't never been through nothing. What?
Right.
What?
Mm.
You just never know. So I agree. Instead of being jealous of you, they need to be asking you how you got your man and how you maintain a happy marriage.
Exactly. And it's still fresh. Like, we haven't even had to we still planning our wedding and everything, you know what I mean? So just like, damn. And the women, the girl that was just on there about her father, me and my dad, we have a certain type of relationship too. Like I haven't spoke to my father in like 2 years, so I understand when you feel a certain type of way, you go with that. I have sisters that's on my dad's side, and they all have the same mom and dad, 5 of them, so they used to them. And I told them like, look, I feel like I'm trying to be in the fucking cheerleader team when I come around y'all. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all want me to be around, I'm gonna be around, but I'm not gonna come around just because y'all my sis, y'all know who y'all are. Like y'all not even making me feel welcome. I don't feel welcomed at all. And my sisters are, some of them are short, majority of them, you know what I mean? So just like, I feel like sometimes they may be jealous in the way how I look. And that's just real shit. And I'm like, I don't really have a lot of friends. I really don't, because of that. I stay to myself because I don't got time for nobody trying to kill me or nobody trying to do some bullshit with me. I done had it with my own cousin. And she came,
So
my own cousin. And then
oof.
she came over here over my house not too long ago, and me and her got into it real bad. And I'm like, why are you coming over here? All of a sudden, I ain't even talk to you. But she came to my neighbor house. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't know what was her intentions, but my neighbor said it looked like she was on some, she wanted to fight me. And I'm just like, okay, we family, but if she wants to fight, I'll get down. But I'm not like that. I'm not a fighting person. So I try to stay out of drama, and I feel bad.
And my thing is, my thing is, can I fight you? Sure. But I don't want to disturb my peace. Bitch,
Right.
I'm mad. What you mad about?
Right. Right. So, it's true. And what you saying about the men too, how they be arguing and getting fussing. Oh my God. I had a tranny friend, and where I live, boy, let me tell you, she told me some stories about these men, and I was like, girl, I don't want to hear it no more. I don't want to hear it no more. So when you said that, yes, it's going down, ladies. So you have to be aware. I will say some stuff, but I know we on YouTube, and I don't want to get too deep. But you got to be careful. You do. So, yes, um, and stay prayed up. Stay prayed up all the time. All the time.
All the time. All the time. Thank you, Kiki.
No problem.
Bye bye. Yeah, and speaking of family members, I mean, hell, I have I have a cousin that's in and out of. He kind of live in Atlanta, kind of don't, whatever. But I don't fool with him like that, and I don't have nothing against him personally. But I can't trust him, and when you can't trust him, I'm good. Wish him the best. Wish him no harm. But I don't want to fuck with you. It just ain't happening. It just ain't. Just saying. What's going on, Valentina?
Hey, Stormy, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm okay. I have a question. The trainer that was drowning Kevin Hart, was that the trainer that he had said that was trying to blackmail him?
No. That was his ex best friend that had did that. But listen, it's some drama with that because allegedly that best friend never actually set him up. That the management team came up with that story to help Kevin's image because Kevin had been caught cheating.
Right.
So
No,
I'm just gonna say alleged, but no, that's his personal trainer. Been with him for years. They had gotten into it before, supposedly made up, but then when that happened, I was like, nah, that dude don't like you.
right, because I know that was the other trainer that he had gotten into the car accident with. So I was like trying to figure out which one, or was it, because like sometimes you got to send out a signal, and that's what I was thinking about. It was like, oh, okay, nigga, you fucked me up. Okay, okay, don't play with me no more because I could take your life right now. That's what I was thinking about, just like in the background, just laughing. But anyway, no, I completely agree with you. Sometimes you just gotta cut people off. I cut my mother off. I cut my sister off. I cut my brother off. We come from a wealthy Jewish family, and not rich, wealthy, generational wealth. But with my mom, it's like it's never enough. My father was a famous, I say, world famous athlete, and lady, you have enough money. You get money every month from the money that's left, like. And then I have my own businesses that I'm trying to sell, and it's like 1 minute she's cussing me out, the next minute, how you doing? I had to cut all that off because I can't trust you. All you do is shop. That's all you do. Sometimes we have to really, really, really listen to our discernment. When something tells you don't go, it don't matter how bad you want to go or how long it took you to get dressed, don't go. If you trying to get to somewhere and like this, okay, your car is not starting. Okay, you try to get a ride for somebody that's not working, and then you call an Uber and they cancel. That's God telling you to keep your black ass home.
Yep.
Okay, because I listen to my discernment. I've been through the, you think, yes, that's your friend, and it's not. And luckily for me, my father trained us in, martial arts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And they didn't try me in that way, but I always listen to my discernment because you never know. They could take, you think you're walking with one person and go into a room, it's like 20 people, So take yourself.
Not only that, it is important to be able to know how to physically defend yourself. That is so true.
Honey, let me
but I will say, people also got to understand you have, when you're able to fight, and then you have violence. And when somebody is just violent, you got to fight on your hands.
Let me say something, Storm. I am training in 3 different martial arts, kickboxing, okay, and regular boxing, and I leave my house with between 3 and 7 pow-pows, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm always ready, and I raise my kids like that, and because you don't know, especially nowadays, people are hungry out here. It's even worse than what it was before COVID.
Mm-hmm.
People are hungry. You don't know what people are going to do, especially when they see that you have something that they wish they had or want. You have to listen to your discernment. Everybody's not your friend. And I hate that. Sometimes people meet somebody, 3 days later, that's your friend. That's not your friend. That's somebody you just met.
Yeah.
Like, come on. That's not your friend. You don't know that person. You don't even know their last name. You don't know where they live. Nothing.
You don't know.
I have adult children. I was lucky to retire at 40, thank God. And like my kids, they're not that old, but they're adult kids. They still check in with me. And they don't check in with me as far as, I'm in their business. No. God forbid anything happen. You could have all the pow-pows that you want. You could know how to throw hands, but you never know. My adult children check in with me just so that in case anything happens, this is where the police could start.
Yeah, that's exactly how you do it. And a lot of people didn't even understand. I'll say this. Well, I'm gonna say thank you for coming up, Valentina. Have a good one. All right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. A lot of people didn't even understand, but even when, like, back in January when the car got stolen and it was just a whole bunch of shit going on, why do you think I was going live every day? updating y'all every day. I don't give a good damn who got mad and who felt whatever the fuck. I never even told y'all who took the car. I know who took the car. I never told y'all. That ain't the point. The point was to put this shit online. Because I don't know what's going on, who to trust, what's what. And baby, we're going to put it all out here. So just in case, y'all got a timeline. I'm just saying. I wasn't going to say all that back then. But I don't give a fuck who getting their feelings. I just don't give a fuck. Okay, we've been on here almost 2 hours, so I gotta go. I'll be back tonight, though. Thank you guys for tuning in. I didn't even mean to be on this long, but it was a good conversation. So tonight we're gonna go in further detail. I have the clips. I'll have any other tea that comes out about the case. I already reached out to the boyfriend, best friend, whatever. If I can find Dejanay's information, I'm gonna reach out to her too. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. And I'm going to catch you guys later.